Hi. So I want to talk today about shamanic counselling. Now, it is very different, I would say, from traditional counselling. It is, this is absolutely not saying traditional counselling is not helpful. I know for many people it's fantastic. From my own experience, I did a year of what would be considered normal counselling, and I have to say, for me, it didn't really make a massive amount of difference. Now, I absolutely hold my hands up. I think a lot of that was to do with a certain guardedness or protectiveness, maybe, about myself, that maybe I found almost that I was in a sort of battle's not the word, but with my counsellor. And I think the other thing that I struggled with, and again, this was just my personal perspective, it's not saying that this is what counselling does, I struggled with what I felt to be a focus on almost a victim mentality of finding people to, it's not to say whose fault it was, but I did feel that there was a focus on that, which personally didn't fit well with my belief system. So what I love about shamanic counselling is it's a very different approach. So it may be easier to say what happens in it. So what you agree as the client, and we can agree together, so sometimes the actual wording is teased out together, a question to bring. So sometimes we'll be looking for guidance, sometimes it will be a general thing about how you can optimize your life, and sometimes it might be about what you need to know about a certain situation. It's absolutely important to bring an open question. A yes-no question doesn't work so well. What then happens, once you've really agreed on the intention and the focus, is you will listen to a drumming track. So it will be a journeying drumming track. So you will put headphones on and listen to that. You will then do a journey to the upper world to find the answers, or to find guidance. Answers may not be the right word, on this question. Now, this is where it's a little bit different, because as you are on the journey, and you don't need to worry about whether you can journey or not, because I would talk you through that, tell you how to do that, and all the pitfalls, all the things that can potentially wobble you. So hopefully, having done this lots of times now, I know where people can trip up, or when they can trip, they just can get themselves tangled. And then you describe your journey, what you see, what you encounter, what people say, what they do, what you do in this, and it's recorded, or I write it down, whichever one works best. And then eventually you come back from this journey, and together we explore how what you have experienced on this journey, in what way does it offer you guidance and insight into whatever question that you've brought. Where this is such a helpful process is, and you can absolutely journey to this upper world on your own and seek guidance, and many people do, and we absolutely, I encourage that 100% in all my clients. Where the shamanic counselling is different is it's absolutely your journey, and you are the one who has the self-authority. But when we journey on our own for things, sometimes we miss stuff. The things that we're blind to are the things that the shamanic practitioner can hold up to you. There is never a sense that, for me as a shamanic counsellor or practitioner, that I will tell you what your journey means. I will sometimes offer maybe a possibility, but I will more importantly ask you to look at things that you might have pushed aside, and to refocus you, and to maybe come to things that you have overlooked. And in this way, we absolutely work together. There is never a conflict, in that I am absolutely not trying to make you see the journey in a certain way. What I'm trying to do is unlock your own wisdom to do that. And it's often really hard for you to do that on your own. So it is through questioning and facilitating and focusing, that's my role, that I help you to come to a much deeper understanding of yourself and the wisdom that you actually hold within yourself. So sessions tend to be in blocks of 3. They really do work best that way. And within 3 sessions, I have seen amazing transformations in just 3 sessions with people. And that's when, maybe unlike traditional counselling, that can take a long time. That's not to say you can only ever have 3 sessions, and often people will have 3 sessions, go away for a while and come back. But the whole basis of the way that we work as shamanic practitioners is to enable you and to empower you and to create self-authority. So it absolutely goes against the grain of shamanic practice to keep any dependence. It's not what I want to do is to keep you dependent on coming back for sessions. And so that's how we tend to work, is in blocks of 3, and then maybe if needed a while later you might come back for more things. There is homework in between. I say homework, integration exercises, which are really, really important, and it tends to be that you leave maybe a week, 2 weeks between each session. 2 weeks is probably about right. Sessions last about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and the thing that I would say at the moment, which is absolutely brilliant about them, is that they work actually better, in my opinion, on Zoom. The reason being, at home, when you're in the comfort of your own home, you just feel totally relaxed, totally safe. You're not having to travel, you're not having to worry about returning, feeling a bit sort of spaced out. So I think in some ways the Zoom counselling sessions, I prefer them on Zoom now, having had the whole lockdown experience, I prefer them on Zoom than I do in person. So if you're interested in counselling sessions, or you just want to find out a little bit more about it, do let me know. You can find me on my website as well, which is on here. It says on this Facebook page, or you can message me as well. So it's kindling-spirit.com. So I hope to hear from you, and I hope that you might want to find out a little bit more about shamanic counselling. I think it is a fantastic tool, and I've seen just incredible changes in people in just these 3 sessions.